So this is going to be on the movie review. This one's called The Blues Brothers, 1980. 2 hours and 28 minutes. Damn, this movie's long. I don't know why it's rated R. There's some cuss words, but other than that, it's just mostly a bunch of blues music. Some of it's pretty good. When Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi get on stage, it sounds like crap. Thankfully, they only sing 1.5 songs. I guess if you include the jail song, it's 2.5 songs. It was all right. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. There's some funny moments, a lot of car chase scenes with the cops. It's about Elwood and Jake, 2 orphans who grew up in a Catholic orphanage in Chicago. They have to save the orphanage from the tax collectors. So they try to piece together members of the band after Jake gets out of jail for stealing a gas station or something. Stealing from a gas station. He's got the letters of his name on his tattooed on his fingers. So does Elwood. There are a lot of big name actors in this. By the way, I'm not going to go through every single one of them. I think it's written by and directed by John Landis, but I could be mistaken. It's going to be another Universal release. So after Jake gets out of jail, he kind of sees the light when he sees, I don't understand why they go to a Baptist church if they're Catholic, but I guess they needed inspiration from James Brown, the minister. So after James Brown does his "Do You See the Light" spiel, John Belushi starts doing backflips and stuff. It's pretty over-the-top Baptist gathering there. And Dan Aykroyd's driving around in an old 1974 Dodge police car. I guess he got it at a government auction or something. They live in this kind of small room, about the same size as my room. But instead of jet planes flying overhead, they have a much noisier rail car right outside their window. Dan Aykroyd likes to eat toasted white bread without any butter or anything, just plain. So they managed to rake up $5,000, but the cops are after them because Dan Aykroyd has a suspended license. He's driving around this car, always escaping from the police. Like I said, the music wasn't that great. It's like a long music video. Did I say 2.5 songs? They sing some country music jive, which I guess doesn't really count. Rawhide, the theme from Rawhide. They sing a couple times. And they sing some other country hick song. They started out at some country western bar. And I guess they're supposed to be paid $200, but they owe $300 in beer. So they're trying to escape from not only the police, but also the hit guys. the good old boys. And they even tried to run over some white supremacist Nazis. I don't know why they put that in there. But we got some Nazi guys chasing after them too. So I guess everybody's after them. Cap Calloway kind of works in the basement of the orphanage, I guess. He teaches singing to the kids. Not too sure what his role was, but he does sing a couple numbers while the Blues Brothers, Elwood and Jake, Aykroyd and Belushi, are trying to sneak past the police and the good old boys. Because they hype up their gigs so much that everybody knows where they're going to be. So that's both a blessing and curse, I guess. Oh, it's kind of interesting to see Chicago as it looked in 1980. I've been there for a long time. But damn, it was cold when I was there. Minus 40, wind chill. Anyways, I've only been there one time, just walking around at one of the Amtrak pit stops on the way from Michigan. It was Jackson, Michigan. Yeah, I think I caught the train at Jackson and stayed in Chicago for a while, then Phoenix for a while. I guess the train stops and it just sits there for a couple hours, but anyways. I guess Belushi and Aykroyd, Elwood and Jake are real life brothers who ended up in the Catholic orphanage. And I guess after seeing the vision from James Brown and being scolded by the nun, they had to earn their money the honest way this time to pay for the taxes that the nun owed, and to prevent Archbishop from giving the property over to the government or whatever. So there's that. There's a lot of element of religion in the beginning. I guess that comes into play early on in the movie, considering how damn long it was. Thought it was never going to end with those car chases, man. They start to get old real fast. And it's cool seeing explosions in this one. Carrie Fisher goes after John Belushi with her explosives and stuff. That part was pretty funny when they're buried in a bunch of bricks and they're trying to unbury themselves. And there's a cool scene, car chase through a shopping mall. You don't see that very often, except for maybe Dawn of the Dead or with the motorcycles. That's the only movie I can think of. But I can tell they spent a lot of money on this Sure, it was popular when it came out. Um, but like I said, it's kind of like Hairspray. Uh, Hairspray, the remake, I guess. It's more music than anything else. For instance, there's a scene with Ray Charles, and he owns a music store. They're just talking about, you know, buying some kind of electronic keyboard. And then all of a sudden, Ray Charles starts singing and playing on the keyboard. I guess he's testing it out to assure them that that's good equipment, whatnot. But I didn't see that keyboard in successive scenes, so I don't know. That part didn't really make sense, but yeah, it's good for a few laughs. I mean, it's a long movie. I got the uncut version of it. So, anyways, that's the end of my movie review. It's 1980 rated R, like I said. 1980 was a pretty good year, I guess. Right before the Reagan recession there. Jimmy Carter was telling us to make sacrifices and use less energy. That was pretty funny. Anyways, it was an okay flick. I wouldn't recommend it, but good for a few laughs. Typical Hollywood type blockbuster movie. Lots of big names, cameo appearances, whatever. These kind of movies, they have like, they want to. It's like 1941 where they put hundreds of actors in the various scenes. But anyways, I guess that was the style back then with John Belushi type movies. Don't have much else to say about this flick. Sorry, I'm getting kind of sleepy. I think I'm gonna hit the sack. It's almost 10 o'clock. So yeah, thanks for checking out my review. Have a good night, and till next time, I guess I'll review Jackie Chan, the Legend of Drunken Master. That'll be my next review. So until then, have a good night. Laters.